Welcome. Wonder Woman 1984 was released in 2020 and was directed by Patty Jenkins. It stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Kristen Wiig, and Pedro Pascal, and is about Wonder Woman in 1984. She lives a more quiet life, but when the world is threatened, she comes out and is ready for a tussle. So I was very excited for this movie to come out because I saw the first Wonder Woman, well, the first in like the new kind of series, the one directed by Patty Jenkins, I think in 2017, I'm not sure when it came out. When that Wonder Woman came out, I saw it with all my friends and we absolutely loved it, and I still think to this day that it is the best of the new wave of DC movies, starting around Man of Steel, because of course nothing is ever going to touch the Dark Knight trilogy. That, oh my god, fantastic movies. One day I might review them, but Wonder Woman 1984 came out, and I was very excited because I wanted to see if it was better than the original Wonder Woman, if it wasn't as good, what they were going to do with characters, what new characters were they going to add. So much excitement was building up to it, and then the trailer came out, and we saw that Chris Pine is in it, so just a little, there might be some minor spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, but you've seen the original, so just keep that in mind. But in the trailers, you see Chris Pine, and for those who saw the first movie, you know that he died in the first movie, so we were like, oh my god, how is he gonna come back? And then I watched the movie, and it was not good. For lack of better words, it was pretty bad. I might throw in a few spoilers, so here's your spoiler warning right now. But basically, the plot of this movie revolves around a rock that grants a wish, but it's one of those be careful what you wish for kind of movies, you know, the cliche of so many movies that we've seen before. I think one that automatically comes to mind for me is Wish Upon, but that's because it's Joey King and it's a really bad horror movie. But it's one of those types of movies, and it's very bad at it for many reasons. And the first reason, of course, is the script is horrifically bad. There are so many terrible lines that are said throughout this movie and questionable dialogue. I just remember I watched this movie with my friend Kristen, and there were just points where we'd be like, what did they just say? Because it was just insane lines that they were saying. The one that comes up every time is one of the characters, Maxwell Lord. He says to someone, is there a way that I could touch everybody? He says that in the movie, and he says that about like 10 times. And if you watch the movie, it makes a little bit more sense, but even still, that is a mad line to be saying in a movie. But it's just little things like that that really bog down the movie. But also, the script doesn't make any sense. It tries to set up a few rules, but then they don't really work out. It tries to set up different plot points that are stupid and don't make sense. And by the end of it, you just have this giant conglomerate mess of bad writing that at this point cannot be fixed. And it's just tiring. That's the best way to describe it. It gets really tiring after a while because you want to accept a lot of it, but at a certain point you just can't anymore. And it gets to that point about midway through the movie. Not even towards the end. Midway through the movie it gets to that point. Kind of related to the script con, the pacing of this movie is atrocious, but that's also because the script is bad, so it's hard to have good pacing with a bad script. My third con with this movie is some of the makeup effects are terrible. The cheetah makeup for Kristen Wiig's character is atrocious, terrible, so bad. Just, if you want to look at it, I mean, Tina, you could put a picture up on the screen if you could get one. It is, I don't know what they did, but it is wrong. It's just wrong. I do want to say a few pros because I do have a few, and the first one is Gal Gadot. She is amazing as Wonder Woman. She is one of the best portrayals of Wonder Woman we've ever had, besides, of course, the original Linda Carter. Of course, she's great. A lot of people grew up with her. I know my mom grew up watching her, so she's always gonna love her. And for those who love her, I'll just say there's a little after credit scene that you guys would like, but yeah, Gal Gadot is fantastic as Wonder Woman. Definitely the greatest strength of this movie. Besides Gal Gadot though, the acting is very good, although it's a bad script. Chris Pine does great in his role again. Kristen Wiig, she's okay with the role that she's given. Pedro Pascal gives a very over-the-top performance that would have been warranted with a better script, but it comes off a little bit cheesy at points. The main issue with this movie is the script. It is terrible. The first 20 minutes of this movie are very good, but once they start to introduce this main plot with this rock that grants wishes, it's just terrible from there on out. Overall, I'm going to give this movie a 4.5 out of 10. And if you really like the first Wonder Woman, then I'd say just watch it in case this movie connects to some other DC movie that might be coming out. But it's really not good, unfortunately, because I absolutely love the first Wonder Woman. This was, unfortunately, such a disappointment. So thank you everyone for watching this review, and I hope you had a great holidays, and I hope you have a great New Year's. There will be more reviews on the channel soon. The next review will be the Balco experiment, so be on the lookout for that. But let's flash forward to the next review.